Hello Scorpio, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is the 24th of May to the 7th of June 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the Antiquities of Magick oracle, which I'm using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Scorpio for the 24th of May to the 7th of June 2021. What messages are here for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? What does Scorpio need to know at this time? Okay, you've got 2 cards falling out, and we'll just use those. So you have grape, which denotes success, abundance. It's a very positive card. It sort of suggests having grown something that's can come to an abundant fruition. And sometimes we think of this is the harvest, the results of what you've put out. And you've also got tulip, which is lovely. It shows new beginnings, sort of joy, happiness. That reminds us of springtime and all the connotations that brings with us, the possibility to manifest something. So there's 2 lovely positive cards from the oracle. But let's see where the rest of the reading goes. So let's see what's on the cards for Scorpio for the 27th of, for the 24th of May to the 7th of June 2021. What messages are here for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? What does Scorpio need to know at this time? And today I'm using the Dark Mansions Tarot for you with the usual 8-card spread, which has the first 2 cards depicting you, where you are now, your current situation. The next 2 cards highlighting the challenges that you face at this time. And the following 2 cards offering some guidance from divine energies as you move towards the last 2 cards, which reveal your possible outcome to this period. It shows what you're moving towards. So let's see what you get. So we have the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Swords as your beginning, and then your challenges is the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords, with the Knight of Wands and the 9 of Wands as your guidance cards, and you're moving towards the 10 of Swords and the Tower. So that's, you're moving towards an ending in something, which is interesting because you've got a beginning card, but from the endings we get beginnings. So you have the 7 of Wands, which shows being defensive. Sort of the message here is that you're on higher ground. You can ward off all the adversaries in the competition that come your way. You need to stand tall and stand strong with a sense of determination, but you can overcome it. Shows, you're facing challenges, but it depicts you in a victorious, in a position to be victorious. But where you are now, you sort of start at an impasse with the possibility of a solution to something. There's sort of the Ace of Swords is a moment of clarity, which really fits in with the Tower, to be honest with you. A moment of clarity, an epiphany, a solution, cutting through the ties, cutting through a problem, the knots, cutting through this sort of adversary. But you're not sure which way, how to do it. There's this is sort of shows an impasse, a choice, and an inability to make that decision, not being able to see clearly which path you want to take, which way you want to go. There's that sense of damned if you do and damned if you don't. And the message in the Two of Swords is what is needed to make this decision, to end this stalemate, is to tap into your intuitive knowledge, your gut instincts, and let that guide you. Your challenges is like worrying, through wanting to get into too much of the detail. It may depict you're not able then to move forward. The Queen of Pentacles is sort of very constructive, very practical, very detailed. And sometimes the trouble with her is that she can get marred down in too much detail and therefore not move forward. And the King of Swords suggests that there's this struggle here. This is your challenge, is to make a decisive choice or make a decision clearly and stick by it with a sense of authority and unyielding determination. The King of Swords is about using your logic and your wisdom in order to lead in the situation. So it sort of starts that there's a chance that whatever is whatever this problem is, whatever you're feeling unsure or trapped about that is holding you back, the challenge is to make that decisive movement, to let go of worrying too much about the pedanticness of it, and to cut through, make that choice. And here you have the Knight of Wands sort of suggesting moving forward, going for it. This is someone who is it sort of suggests perhaps using a sense of adventure and courage, and a positive sense that you're on the right track and you know where you're going. And the Nine of Wands sort of suggests you're closer to your goal than you think. You may feel at this point, sort of overwhelmed or wounded or battle weary, but you're moving towards that stability, that security, that sense of coming home with this. However, before you get there, you're going to have to acknowledge that something needs to end, and that ending needs to be quite sudden, quite brutal in many ways. You've got the Ten of Swords in the Tower. It sort of shows something coming to an end suddenly, and the potential here is to wallow in that, is to feel victimized and defeated. However, with the Tower, sort of shows, this moment of epiphany, this decision, this striking force may be one of suddenness and, sort of really throw things up in the air. And what it does, though, is to tear down any facade, any pretense, and reveal what is true beneath that. And that enables you to take that clean slate and begin again. So it's almost sort of this oracle card sort of comes to temper the darkness that you may feel when you see these cards in your ending. It sort of suggests that, yes, there's a sudden abrupt ending that you may even need to bring about in making your stand, in making your final stand. But what it does, it opens the way for a new beginning. It cuts through the nonsense and the muddleness of the situation, and it sort of may reveal a truth that you perhaps didn't want to hear, or perhaps others around you didn't want to hear. it sweeps away all this, I suppose I shouldn't use the word nonsense, but it sweeps away all the clutter and the confusion, and the lack of sight, and bears open what needs to be done. That sort of realization comes to you, and it offers you a new beginning, a new potential. And sort of, I get a sense that although towards the end of the 2-week period you may be stuck in, or facing more the catastrophic sense of a sudden ending, but it has ultimately a potential for a new beginning, a promising new beginning. And sort of it shows that another way to read the grapes is, I just do think of the grapes of wrath. Sort of suggests that perhaps this may have something, or someone may have angered you, put you in a sense, in a position where you now need to cut ties, and the result of it is, it may seem harsh, but ultimately it may bring about something that is worthy, something that is more abundant, and allow further growth, and allow you to move towards building something up instead of staying stuck. So it seems that your grapes is more the grapes of wrath than the joyful abundance at this moment. However, that may be what you're facing at the very end of the reading, but as we go further on down the line, you'll see that it's been worth the pain, it's been worth the battle, because it does denote a new growth and an abundance, new beginnings. So it looks like a troublesome two weeks, but it's a time where you need to end something, to allow your passion, your anger to drive you to end a situation that's been holding you at an impasse. It's like cutting through the nonsense, getting to the point and finishing, so that you can begin again. So there you have it, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then enjoy the next 2 weeks. Make the most of them. And God bless you till we meet again.